Hey, so one thing about me that you may or may not be aware of is that I often consider myself a recovering perfectionist. In other words, when it comes to things that need to be done, I tend to focus on the work that is yet to be done rather than the progress that's already been made. Hey everybody, I want to just share with you a few thoughts as it relates to this idea of the importance of celebration. I think when we celebrate little wins, when we celebrate little gains, it really helps to build our faith and it creates momentum for kind of what comes next. Let me show you an example in Jesus' life. It was kind of interesting. I read today in Luke chapter 4. And in Luke chapter 4, verse 14, it says, "Then Jesus returned in the power of the Spirit to Galilee, and news of him went out through all the surrounding regions." In other words, word began to spread, and Jesus' momentum or ministry began to gain some momentum. But this came right off the heels of a time when Jesus was in the wilderness being tempted by the devil. In other words, he overcame some temptation. And I think the fact that he overcame those temptations just built faith even within himself, right? Like he overcame some stuff that other people might get trapped by or tripped up by. And they were real temptations for him because for Jesus, they were all shortcuts. They were all would have been perfectly reasonable and rational things for him to think about. And so, I mean, think about temptation, right? It's only a temptation because it's something that you want. It's something that you would desire. That's why, you're never tempted to really eat broccoli as opposed to chocolate. It just isn't something that really tempts you. You got to want it. You got to have a desire for it in order for it to be a temptation. And Jesus overcame those things. And I think it built some momentum and it built some things because, man, he was full of the Spirit. He was full of faith, ready to go and tackle what it looks like, what was next. Here at our church, we have 7 mindsets. And one of our mindsets is that we want to live with expectation and gratitude. We want to live with expectation and gratitude. In other words, our level of expectation only goes up when we celebrate or when we show gratitude for the things that we've already experienced, the little wins, the little gains. We've got to celebrate those along the way, and that helps our expectations stay high. My son is playing flag football on a team, and this is his first year doing anything with the sport of football. And they're not very good. They're not good at all, actually. They haven't won a game. The last few games, they've gotten completely blown out. And there's not a lot of great momentum that they have built up as a team right now because they haven't seen very many wins. But my son has been improving each and every game. And so when he gets done with his game, I celebrate with him the things that he's gotten better at. And their team, they've got a lot of work still to do, but they've made some little progress. Instead of running straight at where a person is that he's trying to pull their flag, he's actually running at a right angle to get their flag. Now we've just got to work on him not slowing down and running full speed so he can catch the flag. But that's what's coming next. That's where our expectation is. But this weekend, we had gratitude and we celebrated the fact that he improved in his pursuit of the person that he needed to tackle. What about your faith journey? Where are the little victories, the little gains that you've kind of taken for granted? Did you beat a temptation this week? Celebrate it. Man, text a friend and tell them about it. Maybe you held your tongue when normally you would lash out. Maybe you skipped out on listening to gossip this week. And maybe for you, for the first time, you said yes and you gave your life to Jesus, or somebody gave your life to Jesus. I know at our church, we had 2 people this Sunday give their life to Jesus. We celebrate that, right? Maybe you gave in the offering for the first time. What steps in your faith journey did you make this last week? Celebrate them. Don't look at how much further you still have to go. Don't look at all the things that you haven't yet accomplished. Celebrate it. Celebrate the little wins, and it creates an expectation for more. It builds momentum when you can celebrate the little victories. right? Celebrate them in a way, text a friend, bring other people involved in the celebration, and it helps you build your faith moving forward. Here's the deal. When you celebrate today, you'll have some joy. When you celebrate today, it helps you move beyond yesterday. And when you celebrate today, it helps you have expectation or faith for tomorrow. So whatever you're doing, find something to celebrate as it relates to your faith, your life with Christ, whatever it is that you've been working towards. Celebrate the little victories and watch your faith and expectation grow so that you can accomplish more. Hey, I hope this has been encouraging for you. That's it for me. I hope this has helped you have faith for today. We love you. We'll talk to you again soon.